Okay, sorry, I'm back. Oh, okay, all back again. I swear this chair sometimes just goes up by itself and then it won't go down. Oh, here we go. Okay, right. So we're making our own needle felted mat. Now this mat weighs 12 grams. So if you want to make this bigger, just to give you an idea, if you make a 100-gram mat, it obviously will be a lot bigger. But as this is from our flock box in October this year, I'm going to use this wool that's in there, and I've also got a dress sheep with, what is on there? With basic core wool. Yeah, I don't know if any of you, if we've ever had a sheep swatch with basic core wool, so you can sort of get an idea of what one of our cheapest wools are, and yeah, keep the sheep dressed or take it off. It's up to you. And I've got an extra big edging tool here. Now, just gonna be straight off, I will show you something. So if you're getting the edging tool, it is see-through, but it can be a lot more see-through if you manage to peel the film off. The reason why we don't do that is because it takes forever. So we're going to let you break your fingernails in getting that film off. Normally when you scrape along the edge, you'll find sort of an area. Maybe that side. Ah, here we go. That side, the other side was already taken off. So you take this film off, and then it's even clearer. Obviously, we've taken one of each side off. Sometimes our edging tools come with a brown protective film. Either way, just take it off. It's very satisfying. And then you've got a really, really see-through edging tool, whereas before it was a little bit blurred. So the edging tool will come in handy later. But for now, you take your wool, and I have got at the ready here a 3 needle felting pen. I've also got a 5 needle felting tool. We've got some of these, I bought some of these in because they are virtually identical to the clover tool by looks. And so I thought, actually, if I buy them, we don't pay for the name, but they work really well, exactly like the clover tool, and it's also a cool color. So what you're going to do is you're going to begin winding your wool in, but you want it to be in a sort of a matte shape. But don't go all the way, you're going to start felting it straight away. Now you can use a single needle, but I'm telling you, you need to needle felt this down really, really solidly. So I suggest use a multi-tool straight off, and I'm using the 3 needle felting pen because the 3 needles, they sink in quite deep, and I'm just doing this to get the first bit of my wool felted down, and then I'm going to keep going. Next bit, not touching the sides at the moment. So with every turn I felt it down a little bit. Now, why is a small felting mat convenient? I think everybody needs a small felting mat. For starters, you can take it with you quite easily. If you want to travel light and you don't have much space, this tucks away in a small bag easily, but it's perfect for needle felting. Pretty much anything, to be honest, because you always turn things around on your felting mat anyway. So just make sure you've got plenty of strength in your arm, because there's going to be a lot of felting happening here. And the other reason, sometimes you need to go and get into small places with needle felting. Say I always switch arm because my right arm gets a little bit too tired doing this. So I'm literally just felting the wool down flat as I'm winding it up, and it will get a lot smaller because obviously there's so much air still in there that there will be a lot more shrinkage taking place. And another turn, felt that down again. So the reason why you're felting this already is because so that you don't have to do everything once it's a big fluffy thing. So I'm gonna have a little check-in while I'm doing this. The felting mat looks like a spam fritter. It does, or like a hash brown. This one looked like a hash brown. use a felting mat to take it off. The felting mat to take it off. Use a felting mat to take it off. Oh, I remember those from school. Yes, I don't actually know what a spam fritter is, but I can only imagine that it is spam, which is some very dubious looking ham, deep fried. Is that right? Yeah, as we've been talking about deep frying things, now we've got the deep frying foods on our brains. And keep going. And in a minute you'll see why we need that edging tool. Well, we don't need it, but it does definitely make a difference. So God, it really does get on your arm, so be prepared. And remember the reasons why I'm using this tool. You can also take that extension off, and you can go even deeper into your make as the mat gets fatter. Gotta sneeze. Oh dear! There's no live stream without sneezing with me, is there? But I did say I feel like I'm coming down with something again, and that's not good news, as I'm going away on well, Wednesday setup time at the NEC for the Creative Craft Show, and then I will be there on Thursday, Friday and Saturday, so I really don't want to be unwell during that time. So yeah, early nights and lots of vitamin C. Felting away here. And just a couple more turns and then I've reached the end of the strand. Actually, I'm gonna go for it now. Fed up of doing this every time. So let's get this mat felted down. If you want to make the mat bigger and you like the nice color on the outside, then obviously you can also use a core wool on the inside and just use the nice wool on the outside. That's also possible. But even right this minute, just felt this side down a little bit more, you will see why the edging tool is so useful, because you can now use, got a coarse needle here. What is it? No, that one there. Sorry, that one. Coarse needle. Take your edging tool there. And wedge your hash brown in the middle. And now you can felt into the edges to make it nice and square. So you don't have to, basically you don't have to do this. Sit it on the mat. You can do that, but as you're getting along, it really is more comfortable putting it between your mat and stab, use it like extension of your fingers. And you can do then the same thing here on this edge where there's the most air still in there. So felt this down, and we want to keep the mat not necessarily square, but we want to keep it so that it's a nice thick felting mat, but we also want it to be quite big, so that you want a lot of surface on there. So you just keep stabbing into the edging tool, and you can use this tool as well, though it is not as satisfying as stabbing with a single needle. I think you can get a little bit deeper with that. And then the slightly boring thing is that you just have to keep repeating this, going all the way around, and then also occasionally stabbing into the wide area again. But the most felting is actually achieved once you've got a nice solid shape, is actually achieved if you put it in the washing machine. So put it in your in a wash maybe with 40 or 60 degrees, and don't waste a machine load. Just put it in with your regular washing, and the wool will felt down a lot more, so that you get this almost sort of like smooth soapy look. And like I said, I've just put it in a regular wash so that it smells nice as well. But you do need to make a nice solid base first. the reason why you need a nice solid base is because sometimes when you put it in the washing machine, sort of loose fibers like this, they might come loose, and then they look like little wriggly worms on your felting. So you do need to do the felting, the basic shape first. Get the basic shape done, and then you you don't have to put it in the washing machine. You can just felt it, but it does work really well if you put it in the washing machine. Or you can wet felt it in your hands as well. If you actually almost sort of use it like a bar of soap, just rub it in your hands with a little bit of soapy water, and that should also do the trick. So it's a lot squarer already, and then you can go back felting into the main area again. And when you've got this area felted down, then you can change over to your 5 needle felting tool. When you sort of try and, I mean, if you think the needles, when they come out, look how deep they go all the way through. So it's actually still a very good way to felt this into a more solid piece, because the needles are sinking all the way through. And then you can turn it over and do the other side. And it's basically like that until you've got a really solid piece of wool. And that is in many ways everything that is to be learned about how to make your own needle felting mat. There are other needle felting mats versions that you can make. I cover some of this, can't give too much away, but let's just say we have something coming up which yeah, has to do with Advent, so I'm not going to say anything else. But yeah, this is not the only way how you can make felting mats, so watch that space as the time progresses, getting towards Christmas. And yeah, this is a nice transportable felting mat, one that you can be really proud of. You've made it. I'm now just using my needle to go into the sides, but I will use the edging tool in a minute again, because it just holds the shape together better. So need to do a bit more shaping here. Lots and lots of people commenting, so I'm just gonna go change my camera here so I can read some of the comments. Oh, spam fritters used to be a great treat growing up. Tried it out again during the first lockdown, and it definitely wasn't the same. It's always like often childhood memories, there's something else thrown into it. I'm trying to watch from WWT Slimbridge Autumn, but signal not good. We'll watch and catch up later. Oh, okay. So Slimbridge is not very far from here. Angie says it's an amazing display. So you obviously have been. Absolutely on the hot chocolate now. Ah, nice. Okay. Cheryl says nothing ever seems the same when you're grown up. No, that's it. I think you just have to accept that certain things are just nostalgic memories, and our brains have deceived us a little bit in what we remember, because it was probably something very special. It wasn't even maybe the taste, it was just the feeling that surrounds it, or that it was not very often that it happened, or I don't know, something else played with our memories. So it's not just the sensory thing, it was more the circumstance around it as well. So yeah, just remember, just take the memory and don't try to recreate it, I suppose. I've had the same when I've gone back to places in Germany where I grew up as a child. I'm just going to go back to the overhead camera, I can chat. And it's ever so slightly disappointing. I remember when I was a little girl, there were some really lovely ponds in a wooded area. They were set up like fish ponds, like koi fish ponds, and in some woods. So it was like almost like a park, and then you had these baths, or you wouldn't submerge entirely, but you would wade through it. It was freezing cold water, and I think it had something to do with the monks. I can't remember. Anyway, I had such fond memories of this place. Like, it was absolutely magical for me. And I went back as an adult, and it literally, it just seemed really nothing like what I remembered. But it was exactly the same, but it wasn't the same. So yeah, it is funny how our minds play tricks with us. I like the pumpkin with a face behind you. Oh yeah, well this pumpkin is just a variation of our pumpkins. You just needle felt black shapes into a pumpkin. So yeah, still got time to do this because it's not Halloween yet. So you could make a really big one maybe. Yeah, you don't have you can literally do what you would do to real pumpkins, just needle felt it. I'm still stabbing away at my mat. I'm actually finding this very therapeutic now. It's very satisfying how the shrinkage, you can tell it's getting smaller and smaller. So it's now more like, it's more like I don't know why that came into my head, like a hip flask. Not that I've got any of those ever on me, but like a small hip flask. It feels a little bit like this, I think. Or how would you describe this? Don't know what size this is. Funny. So stab away. You can't really go wrong. Just keep it slightly sort of square. You can also make it round if you prefer. So there's no, you don't have to have it in that square fashion. And then I'm going to go round the corner here. I've still got a bit of a bulge here, so I'm going to felt that away. Those large edging tools, they're really brilliant for this kind of thing. So I hope that you enjoy using it. And remember, we do them in other sizes as well. I'm also going to give you a little heads up, as you are quite a special group here right now. So I don't know if anybody heard me talk about yesterday about the annual calendar that we're putting together as the makers, and this is a very sneak heads up, because we're not announcing this officially until tomorrow, but they are live on our website. So as they are limited numbers, if you want to grab yours, feel free. So you basically have 12 obviously 12 beautiful pictures, one for each month, which are needle felted projects, makers needle felted project in lovely settings. So it's nice on the eye as well. That's what I'm trying to say. And then on every page you get a QR code with a link to the PDF instructions. So you get free instructions with it, and you also get a discount code on each page that when the month comes, that month of the year, we will make available the material or the pack or the kit of that particular project, and you can use your exclusive discount code to get a generous discount to buy it and then make it. So it's a little bit like a calendar that keeps on giving, because every month you've got a project lined up if you want to. It's never lost, because obviously you can buy the project bag and leave it for another day, but you've got it. It's in your, it's there, and the PDFs are yours to keep as well. So if you've got the stash at home, you just use that, or get the materials to go with it. And there are 12 different projects, and none of them are currently available as a kit. So it is quite special. Right, so we've got a nice solid piece here. In fact, the ends seem to be a little bit more solid than the middle, so you can see it kind of shrinks. But I promise you, if you now wanted to wet felt over the top, basically by either, I would just make it wet and then rub it like soap, use it like a soap bar, or chuck it in the washing machine. It will do the trick, and that will come out that size. It's the same weight, exactly the same weight. So it will shrink quite a bit more, but I think it will be better if it's a little bit more solid and a little bit more shrunk down. And would you have ever thought that that big lump of wool that I just pulled out of that box is going to turn into something as small as this? it just always amazes me how wool shrinks down so much from these fluffy big bundles into little things like that. So let's have a look what people are talking about, and then it's getting to that time where you probably all have to go and have your supper. Oops, sorry, I knocked the camera then. Excited for the calendar, says Emily. I heard a bit of and then got cut off. Oh, sorry. Oh, a special calendar, yeah. Oh, the calendar sounds amazing, says Angie. I will definitely have a look and order one. Lovely. Well, you're not even meant to know about this yet, so just take it as a heads up here in my special flock group. Sorry, I'm just moving that around over a bit because the camera got knocked. Yeah, so I'm really excited by it because I sort of imagine, I mean, one day I have to have all these things as my own project, but of course, you know, I don't have one of those because that would be futile to do it all over again. But imagine you can look forward to, you know what's coming, say in May, and you think, oh, I've always wanted to make one of those. Or maybe you've got a friend coming around and they say, oh, that's amazing, I wish I had something like that. And you think, actually, I could make that as a birthday gift, or just make it for yourself, or don't make it, but you've got the possibility, it's all, you've paid for it already, so you can keep it for another day, another opportunity. I'm still stubbing away at my pad here now. It's very satisfying once it gets to that square shape. You really want to keep stabbing at it. So there you go, this is what it looks like. And this is what it could be looking like. You see how smooth that is. It's absolutely solid. So there's not much air in there compared to that. That's still quite squishy. But this will definitely turn into this if you felt it either lots more by hand, or if you allow it to be wet felted. And I'll just show you one last time. So there you are. That's the bit I made. And this is what it potentially could be turning into if you wet felt it or chuck it in the washing machine. And don't ever have a special load just for one pathetic little felting mat. Just chuck it in with your washing. It works it even a bit more if there's more fabric and clothes surrounding it and kneading it. So just going to have another last little check-in. Got my calendars. Are you sorted for calendar? Oh, you got your you bought them already, or you're already sorted. I've got to look this up now. Oh, I don't know. So this is not an advent calendar. This is not the advent calendar I'm talking about. This is actually an annual calendar. It's a paper calendar you put on your wall, and you have space to put, I don't know, flock gathering, birthday of Auntie Mavis or whatever. And then you are, you basically just look at the picture, and you get a QR code, which you can do for all of the projects. You can do it straight away. The QR code is already yours. The PDF instructions are already yours. But the discount code for this particular project to get from our website, that discount code will only be activated on the actual month of that we are in. So we're trying to pace you just so you don't do it all at once. Yeah, and that's basically, that's the idea. And yes, Karina, you you have got your calendars. That's amazing. Thank you very much. You obviously have people in mind to gift them to. Lovely, thank you. And yeah, all good. Right, I want to see lots of felting mats. Let's get them done once you've got your flock box, and you will get your flock box, and then you can stab away like a maniac. And once you've got them done, then do share them with us in the flock group or in Every Wanna Maker. I think everybody should share their stuff in Every Wanna Maker so that more people know how special the flock group is, and more people sign up for it. That would be nice. yeah, we have people coming and going at all times, but some of you are here much more, much longer than others. So thank you for that. And of course, after a year of vlog membership, you turn into a fellow and you get a 10% discount code, which you can use on pretty much everything, with a very few exceptions. So that's it really. Right, I'm going to call it a day now. Take care everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you very soon. Lots of love. Bye bye.